I had to make this short and sweet. Got tired of screwing with this cowl patch. Decided I'm just gonna order a whole cowl assembly, already pre-welded upper and lower together. Or if anyone thinks that's a bad idea, let me know real quick, But I think I'm just gonna do that, and I'll seam seal around the holes, like this little section here. I'll seam seal it from the underside, and I won't be able to seam seal this area because of it being welded already, unless I can reach up through the hole and around, and I don't think it'll be able to coat too well. But I'm just gonna do that and then coat it with some like internal frame coating maybe, that I'll fish the hose through the cowl holes and just coat the shit out of it, literally. Just put a liberal amount of that inside of there on top of the E-coat that's already there. That'll just save me time spot welding the two together. I could order this two separate sections probably, but it just seems like that'll be easier. It hadn't been ordered yet, so like I said, if you think it's a bad idea, let me know. I just went ahead and pulled the lower cowl off, ground this area clean from the welds I had before, cleaned up this corner a little bit, and then wire wheeled any of the loose rust down, wiped it down, and then I just sprayed ospho, which seems to be treating it pretty quick. I mean, it had surface rust on it, and it is dissolving what little bit, away. I mean, that's the worst of it, and this whole thing was brown before, so. Ospho seems to be working pretty good. From what I read, you just spray that on pretty heavy, let it dry overnight, and then you can spray over it. My plan was to coat it with that and then throw either some Zero Rust or maybe Eastwood Rust encapsulator over it. Let me know if anybody has any experience or any no-nos using ospho with either of those. From what I've heard, ospho and then following up with Zero Rust, or Picklix and then following up with Zero Rust, is pretty bulletproof. I've heard mixed things with this ospho being phosphoric acid, that you have to wash it afterwards, or brush it down or whatever, wipe it down. I'm just gonna wipe it down with some wax and grease remover afterwards before I spray it again, and it should be good in my opinion. They say you have to spray it back down with ospho again and then hose it off. I don't know if that's necessary or not. I mean, it's hit and miss, but with being under the dash, I really could care less if the paint doesn't hold here. I mean, if it flakes off, it flakes off. I'll just go back and wipe it down and recoat it again. But it's hidden. I don't think it's gonna rust inside of here anyways. My biggest concern is, along this, and I think I might wipe it down with like some acetone afterwards, and then Picklix over in between where the two welds are going. I did, however, get another Christmas gift in the mail today. On top of getting all my Pour 15 junk the other day, it's top coat, the actual Pour 15 rust inhibitor stuff, and I think this is the metal prep and degreaser. Yeah. I also got this stuff down here, which is all my Master Series stuff. I got a bunch of drill bits down in that box that I brought up from the garage. I just stabbed the shit out of my hand with when I reached in this box. Anyways, so I got this stuff. I was reading up on it, and it seems pretty bulletproof as well. So this Master Coat permanent rust sealer. Follow that up with this top coat. They have the regular top coat, and then this AG 111, which is like the UV resistant. And then they also have this stuff, which is what they say to put in between two weld seams, which I might use as well. You can put it in, as it says down here, inner rockers, weld seams, rocker panels, etc., inner frames, anywhere you want super coated. Inside of doors, they said that doesn't harden. It's like a silicone type deal, but it's super rust inhibitor. I guess it's kind of the same as Eastwood's inner door sealant stuff they sell, and then they got this stuff, this metal prep rust remover, which it seems like you got to do a little bit more work using this than like ospho. It talks about prepping it real clean, wax and grease remover, then using this, and you pretty much like rub this in like some of the other rust converters where you just kind of Scotch-Brite it until the rust is gone. Which, technically, I think you can do the same thing with ospho. I said this would probably be gone if I was rubbing it as well, but it's slowly dissolving, and I might spray another coat on it and let it wet sit. I don't know. Or just leave it and see how it looks tomorrow. Like I said, I'll probably throw some rust converter over it. But I want to give a shout out to Rich for helping me out. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Jimmy, who was assisted me over YouTube. Actually lives local to me. He's been helping me out with a bunch of questions I had along the way. But if anybody's watching that happens to also live in Mississippi, give me a yell or drop a comment, message me something. Let me know where you're at. Like I said, I'm Gulf Coast, Mississippi, so I wouldn't mind, getting together with some of the other guys that are restoring cars down here, get input, exchange ideas and whatnot. But that's where I'm at. Like I said, I'll be coating the inside of this the next couple of days. Discovered this is pretty nasty earlier. I'd seen it had some Bondo, but I didn't realize it was rusted through till earlier. I'm just gonna make a patch right here, I think. Screw replacing this panel or whatever. It's not too bad. It's, it was rusted through where they covered it with metal filler stuff. But I'm just gonna grind that all out clean and put a patch in there and call it done. It doesn't show really. I can Bondo over it smooth, and it's not too bad other than the spot that's knocked out. But gotta deal with that before I do the cowl, and full floor is gonna be on the way as well. So that's next to come, along with the cowl and the firewall. Also, somebody give me some input on what they use for Mustang 2 front suspensions. I need to look at a kit. I'm looking to spend around $3,000 for the base kit. I want to be able to order the cross member separate so I can use it to get my frame rails in. Sorry, my dog's going nuts over there at the neighbor. Valkyrie, hush. But anyways, the Mustang 2 front end, I want to drop around $3,000 on the kit roughly. Needs to be coilover kit, tubular control arms, and adjustable coilovers. I don't care about adjustable shocks and all that. It's a bonus, but it's not required. And whoever I buy it from, I'd like the option to upgrade Willwood brakes. I'd love to go 6 piston on the front, and I can get the brake kit I've seen for about $1,000. So if I can get a suspension setup that doesn't come with brakes for under $3,000, and then spend $1,000 on the brake kit, I'll be happy with that. I want to try to keep it around $4,000 max on the front suspension, and control arm is set up, and cross brace and brake setup on the front. All right. So much for keeping it short, I guess, guys. Anyways, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to keep updates or want the not daily feed, but more like a monthly feed. But subscribe if you like what you see. Drop comments if you want. I like input, and I'll reply when I can. But like I said, thanks for watching, guys. Wait for the next one.